Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Geo for Geography. Geography is everywhere, geography is everything. So today I am again here with one interesting pocket topic on the uh, current, like the term that is frequently you will find in the current affairs, that is ecocide. सुसाइड तो सुना ही होगा आपने, ना? जैसे राज नाम तो सुना ही होगा, वैसे सुसाइड तो आपने सुना ही होगा. अब बस like in a same way, this concept of ecocide is there. See what exactly this concept is. Ecocide is simply a term that is derived from a Greek and Latin word, which means simply reads killing one's home or environment. Killing one's home or environment. It means this ecocide. It's like suicide. It's like self killing. In the same way, ecocide is what? Killing your own ecology, killing your own ecosystem, killing your own habitat environment. And this is simply the meaning of ecocide. Yeah, though see being like genocide जैसे होता है, so this concept is highly debatable, and hence no country, at least like a capitalist country as such, you will find is not ready to accept any clear definition of ecocide in the like domain, public domain. And that's why there is, at least as of now, no universal definition of it, but roughly it is defined as unlawful or reckless actions carried out with awareness that there exists a substantial probability of causing severe damage or either extensive or enduring harm to the environment. Example, जैसे see इसका मीनिंग क्या हो रहा है? It is a self-aware decision that you have taken or action that you have taken that is for sure is going to harm environment, that is for sure have some adverse or harmful consequences on the environment. Like for example, you know it well, like a deforestation would rather leads to a decline in the green cover, promote the soil erosion, increase in the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, declining oxygen content, and consequential impact on the life. And still you are okay, so deeply involved in the activities like deforestation, industrialization, urbanization, or killing or maritime ecosystem damage, their interferences, and you can connect it with every possible anthropogenic activity. So these activities, those are responsible. Those are so uh, intentionally taken, not intentionally taken, but in a way that you are aware about there are some negative consequences, but still you have taken this initiative, maybe as like a pretty much necessity of human being for its development to fulfill the resource need. But still you will find, say, there are some unidentified or like say some maybe unexpected consequences of your action. And this concept is simply ecocide. I hope guys this explanation is helping, like is pretty much clear, and like you guys can now answer kind of question those will be asked, at least based on definition. Baki or be information I will be discussing. See, this term was actually used in 1970 by the biologist, ecologist biologist, that Arthur Galston, and that is again in specific with respect to the use of US military's Agent Orange and herbicides during the Vietnam War. You guys must be aware about Vietnam War was in the 60s and 70s, and it led to a huge a very policy failure of the US, that the US entered in the Vietnam War and having like any with almost like very more or less equals to defeat itself, right? Because it lasted at least for 10 to 15 years with no significant result, and US Army, that is one of the world's superpower, and that army, a highly equipped technological army, failed to conquer or bring out the peace finally into Vietnam. Same goes with the Afghanistan that time. Just in order to have a final result, US military decided to use an Agent Orange as like a herbicide again to kill those like an opponent. राइट। तो तब ये कंसेप्ट कॉइन हुई थी इकोसाइड, तो इट वाज नॉट वेरी वेरी कॉमनली यूज्ड ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम, बट नाउ वी जस्ट लाइक कंसीडरिंग द एडवर्स consequences of the human activities, now this term is what actually. Now, in 2010, ICC, International Criminal Court, officially recognized it as an international crime under Rome Statute. Yeah, Rome Statute में that ICC has now, what is the case of this ecocide in India then? Status को तो देखो, sorry, suicide को तो government ने basically decriminalize कर ही दिया under the IPC, right? Now, what is the status then of ecocide? Now, first, what I would like to clear over here that ecocide is actually not directly recognized by the government of India or like in India, like, because India is not by like is not a signatory of the Rome Statute as well. The result is no ecocide recognition is then, though see, we haven't recognized it directly, but there are many provisions those recognize as ecocide indirectly that you will find over in the our acceptance or a ratification with the CPD convention on the biological diversity, then Wildlife Protection Act, Environment Protection Act, and the CAMPA Act, compensatory afforestation management and authority. Okay, so this act 2016, so these are like few references you will find connection with the eco side. Now, then the question remains, right? Whether we should support this concept or like say what are the again we should oppose this concept, like in whether we should be in favor or like the say in the opposition to particular concept. So like argument those then lies in favor of this concept. It's like simply protecting the environment as end in itself. So the environment is what highly superior. It is what ultimately what you want to secure a peaceful life in your surrounding. So environment is a rather end in its. It will ensure intergenerational justice, generational justice as well. That is ensured by this ecocide and its recognition. The reason being, see, because we are now having say uncontrolled human-led activities leading to some unexpected generational impact. And if you recognize this over here itself, you will find having say limitations on those consequential effects. Then aligned with the efforts to control climate change, yeah, absolutely, and then creates awareness and environment friendly lifestyle, that is life. या लाइफ वाला जो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने जो कॉल दिया है लाइफ, so you can connect with the lifestyle sustainable environment sustainable. However, what are the arguments against this concept of ecocide? Is simply like it creates unnecessary rift between, or it creates unnecessary war between development and environment. So, like many argues that we should not consider development and environment as rivals. Rather, we should consider them as like a good friend. Those are rather have a synchronized approach and can go hand in hand as well. So we should not be recognizing this ecocide like on the front interference with the people's and communication right development. So it again adds it goes against the right to development. So that is again a argument against. Then chilling effect on scientific research, because again the same thing that goes there, because ecocide as a concept it rather limits the human research development interference, like calling it an interference into the nature's domain. So that way, and involves lots of regulatory and implementation challenges, because you cannot define, you cannot exactly, there won't be any universal consensus of this. And in that case, even if you are going to recognize it, there are many regulatory, hurdles on how you are going to finally implement side as like the regulatory model. So that is again a cause of concern. So, like on this front, but still considering the deep ecological approach, right? What we are supposed to recognize, like ecocide, or at least have some indirect references just to regulate this the activity that we are knowingly or unknowingly committing in our day-to-day life and having the intergenerational impact. So, I hope, guys, this concept of ecocide, which literally means killing your own environment or habitat, yeah, so you are taking so measures or initiative those are much intentional, and you are aware about that it would lead to some adverse consequences, still you are doing it. So in 2010 ICC has recognized this particular terminology in its Rome Statute, though with the case of India has it India is not party to the Rome Statute directly, and hence we haven't this concept directly. At least there are some indirect references like in the Convention to Biological Diversity, Wildlife Protection Act 1972, Environment Protection Act, CAMPA Act over there. But still, see, it is not directly recognized as in. I hope this concept of ecocide is pretty much clear to you guys. If you really like this explanation, if you really like this video, then please like it. Please share it with your near and dear one, comment it as well. एंड वन थिंग अगेन, अगर आपको और भी ऐसे ही इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक्स पे अगर वीडियोस चाहिए तो यार डू लेट मी नो इन दी कमेंट, so thank you.